morning. Welcome to Waycross Board of Education. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Chris, can you take roll call, please?
Mr. Gilbert,
Here.
Mr. Detzel,
Here.
Mrs. Detzel,
Here.
Mr. Yoshimura,
Here.
Mr. Teetsort,
Here.
Are there any legislative updates?
I don't have anything new to report with the House being in summer session.
Okay. Butler Tech updates?
No updates, Mark.
Okay, thanks. Any reports from any employee organizations?
None at this time.
Okay. And any community comments received?
Yes, I did receive one community contact. It was from Michelle Hill, who had asked questions in our previous virtual Board of Education meeting. She asked the following: my child so greatly enjoyed the specials, art, gym, technology, music, and library, especially with the inclusion of Mrs. Beatty's lessons. Will continuing these specials, both will be available staff or modified environment be attainable? So yes, we will do everything in our power to make sure that every day a student is exposed to art, gym, technology, music, and library. Some of those are different. In our elementary buildings, art and gym are not every day for those folks in music. We will take several precautions though as we open. So we are discussing our rollout plan of what will happen for each of these. Right now, the state of Ohio is seeing how sports and music goes, especially band and some other things during the summer. So it will not eliminate any of these. They just might be presented in a different way, but they will continue. For a second question, I've heard from members of other local school districts for the 2020-2021 school year that snow days will be canceled, with inclement weather days converting to online learning days. This is being considered at Northwest. With the option of returning fully to school or staying home for remote learning, the remote learning would never be affected by snow days. With our plan of offering returning to school full day, we still have to consider snow days, but we will have more access to remote learning while the kids are at home, especially with our Chromebooks and one-to-one initiative that we have. Number 3, she asked, again, my focus being on elementary level, will a meet the teacher or some other means of connecting with new teachers, seeing classroom, etc., be considered this year? Everything will be considered. At this time, we just don't know what's going on. As you can see through the state of Ohio and certain counties, masks are now being required, yet businesses are staying open. I can tell you we are looking at Zoom meetings for conference night and stuff like that. But we would have to make sure that our social distancing is in place and that our rules are being followed as we look at all of these. So more information to come on all of these. At this point, with the governor just giving the reopening guidelines last Thursday, that's all we know for now. And that's it.
Great, thank you. All right, that moves us into the adoption of the superintendent consent items.
Yes, appreciate everybody getting up early on a Friday morning at 7:30 a.m. This is an important day because of Ohio revised code. This is the last day that teachers or administrators can legally get out of their contract because July 10th is the deadline for hiring. The reason that was established is it becomes very difficult to try to hire employees, train them, and get them ready for the school year to start. So the personnel items you see this morning will give resignations, or it will give new hires that we are getting in so they can get out of contracts from other districts. You also have our vendor contract here, and this vendor contract shows that we have some appropriated federal non-public grant monies that we are using to purchase. Everything was budgeted for. But this just allows us to move forward with our remote learning and do some things that prepare us for the start of the school year. So there is nothing out of the sorts there. So everything that we have talked about in the past, we list them as it was budgeted for. If not, it would be highlighted differently. So the superintendent recommends the Board of Education approve the adoption of the superintendent's consent items as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Move in a second. Is there any questions or comments about any of the consent items? All right, we'll call for a vote. Vote passes 5-0. And the superintendent update.
Yes, before we go to that though, there is 14.1 2020-2021 handbooks. And these are handbooks for classified and certified staff. These are a work in progress because of the reopening guidelines that have went out, but we need these for information this time. Please look them over. And if you have any questions, just let us know.
Great, thank you.
For my update, the superintendent's update, we are in the middle of deciphering the rollout plan from the governor that came out last Thursday. We are working collaboratively with our district leadership team, which involves all our administrators and their assistants. They are then sharing our district plan with their building leadership team, which is our classified and certified staff. And then what will happen from there is they will work as a team to determine what it looks like at their individual school. Our schools, 3 of them are the same, our new elementaries. However, there is very vast differences when you look at a Colerain L and a Colerain Middle and a Mumford Heights compared to the 3 new elementaries. Our 2 high schools are different also, so we have to adopt our plans to that. Our goal is to roll out our district guidelines for reopening on Monday of this coming week, and on Tuesday follow up with a release to our community members and our parents. Our staff first on Monday, the community members and parents on Tuesday, and then Lindsay Creasy and I are working on a Facebook Live that we will roll out the information about the reopening guidelines where we can present information and answer questions. So really a lot of work going into this, looking at masks, looking at where they are required, who is required. Very specific, the governor was on adults and wearing masks. But there are some things that cause adults not to be able to wear masks. So what are the procedures for that? Making sure our employees are safe is our #1 goal and priority. Just like our #1 goal and priority once our students arrive to school is making sure they're safe. So these guidelines will be rolled out and there'll be time for conversation and discussion on what's going on. So that's all I have for now.
Great, thank you.
So Todd,
Yeah.
so did they make an exception with transportation then?
They really left the guidelines for everything open. So you can put as many kids as you want to on the bus. What we have to do is figure out a way to protect our drivers as the students enter the bus. And I don't mean to say that students are just going to pass it on. They also can contract it, but we know right now that the majority of the information is they carry it. So we are looking at masks required for students when they're on the bus, and then how that's going to look when we roll it out. But yes, we are allowed to make adaptations. We are able to adapt how many kids can be on a school bus, yes.
Any other questions or comments? All right. And now we move into board member comments. Joe, any comments?
No comment today.
All righty. Jim,
No, nothing this morning.
Pam?
No.
Matt?
I don't have anything this morning.
Okay. The only thing I have is I drove past the high school the other day when looks like they've poured all new concrete on the backside of the school. Looks great. And I guess they're going to be doing some more. So we'll see some, I guess, renovations during this time. throughout the district, which looks great. And that's really about it. Thank everybody for jumping on here first thing this morning. And we'll adjourn the meeting. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Great. And we all agree we're going to end the meeting right now. And thank you for jumping in and joining in.